Without knowing who killed Charlie Kirk, I can tell you what killed Charlie Kirk. And the reason I can tell you that is because it is part of a pattern. And that is a pattern that can no longer be ignored. I will remind you once again, the October 7th massacre, the killing of the healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, the indifference or celebration to the submarine deaths, the killing of 2 Americans because they were Zionists, the Molotov cocktail that killed somebody for saying bring them home, the Wall Street killings, and now the killing of Charlie Kirk. Do you know why we have to be very specific about identifying the root of that pattern? Because we cannot fix what we don't acknowledge. So let's acknowledge it. Yes, it is true that political violence is committed by both far-right extremists and far-left extremists. And it is true also that there is very little difference between those extremists when they meet at the fringe. The difference is not in them. The difference that I'm talking about is in us. When far-right neo-Nazis go out there and they target people, as a culture, as a society, that is not something that we celebrate. And the people who do that, we call them the lunatic fringe, because that's exactly what they are. But what did everybody on that list have in common? What they had in common was so scary to even say out loud: approval. This is a mindset that we culturally nurtured. Okay, we nurtured it in universities, we nurtured it in academia, we nurtured it in media, we nurtured it in social media, we nurtured it in our influencers. And you know how we did that? By saying things like, I don't know if people who cause harm deserve safety. So now we're deciding who deserves safety, because that's very 1984. If our safety is conditional on whatever the culture decides. You know how else we did that? By saying things like, I don't know if oppressors have the right to live. We did that by saying things like, globalize the intifada. There is one mindset at the root of all of this, and that mindset is disposability. It is the disposability of human beings that I don't like. All of this created an incentive matrix where people could gain validation and status and even elevate to legend for killing people that were designated as oppressors. An incentive matrix for killing. That's the child that we raised. Culturally sanctioned killings. So you want to know why we have to address this specifically, this pattern specifically? Because these killings, they happened because we approved.